Let's go with Jonathan Tannewald. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Emily. Thanks for taking the time. It's been a long year. A lot of the players played a ton of games. There was all the taxing of the World Cup too, but now comes a stretch of time that might be a fairly long period off the field until the NWSL starts up again next year, and we don't know exactly where that's going to be. Obviously, the rest is well-deserved, but how do you make sure that along the way you don't let too much slip? Thanks.
Yeah. Honestly, I know me and a lot of my teammates have been training for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So, I think after this camp, we'll take probably 2 weeks off and then back to training again. So, I think a lot of it is just organization. And this is my 3rd off season. So I feel like I've had a lot of experience having to get groups together, find fields, fly out to California if I need to get training and to get coaches and players. So, 2 weeks off, and then we're always working and, trying to get better. So, yeah.
Thanks, JT. Let's go to Theo Hughes. Go ahead.
Hi, Emily. Theo Hughes here, freelance. Couple quick questions. One, off the bat, Tar Heels the other night. Were you watching? Give me your reaction.
That's tough question.
That is a tough question. I was not watching, but I got many texts about it, and I watched all the highlights and all the goals. And when someone had texted me the score, it was like, 3-0. And I was like, they got this in the bag. And then got another text, and it was the final score. And I was like, I have to go watch this right now. It's really tough. I know that this is kind of what happened similar last year. So I feel like I feel for them, and I feel like they had such a talented team and still do. And, I think with both of those losses, it's just more motivation for them to focus on the spring and get back next fall.
Thank you for sharing that. Second question is a little bit about we're hearing the start of play. We're hearing a lot from Matt Crocker, Twyla, and Emma kind of vicariously about the USA style of play. And I wanted to hear kind of from you, as someone who transferred to North Carolina Courage, developed a very progressive passing style of play. You obviously coming in from UNC and then Louisville, but as someone who's already in a very possessive team, how are you feeling about these conversations around the USA changing their style of play or developing into a more possessive team?
Yeah, it's been really fun. I feel like with a lot of it, it's developing the basics, the structure, and then with all that, the freedom to be creative, interchange, and read the game and make in-game decisions. So it's been really exciting. And again, for me, being able to play on the right and the left, it's both sides are different. So again, it's just, giving us the structure, but then giving us the freedom and creativity to go off of that and possess. And then, as always with this team, be dangerous in the attack and score goals.
You scored a goal this year. Remind you about that. Let's go back to Michelle Kaufman. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi, Emily. It's Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Welcome to my town. I hope you're enjoying yourself. It's a little cooler than usual, but hope the sun will come out soon. I have 2 questions. I want to ask you your first impressions of Emma. Just, every coach has their own style, their own personality, their own sort of demeanor. What has been your first impressions of her? And then I just want to also ask you, because we just spoke to Trinity, if you could just describe her as a player and a teammate, what makes her unique?
Yeah.
Thank you.
First impressions of Emma, very welcoming, exciting, and eager to, really be a part of this team and get to work. So I'm really excited to have her as a coach, and I know that we're all going to learn a lot from her. And just really exciting. And then with Trin, she's amazing on and off the field. I love having her as a teammate versus playing her on the Spirit. But yeah, she's so dynamic, dangerous. Love playing with her as an outside back. And then off the field, very funny, sweet, and a great person. So, yeah.
Well said. Let's go to Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Aaron. And speaking of Trinity just now, she gave you a funny comment in terms of giving you the ice spice in a mood on one of your IG posts. What's been so shoot?
You're breaking up, Andrew. You're breaking.
The baddie. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah.
No, you're breaking.
Yeah, she gave you a funny comment. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, try again.
There we go. Mic check 1, 2. There we go. Yeah, she gave you a fun comment with an Ice Spice fun lyric for one of your posts this season. I asked her, what have any songs that have gotten her through this 2023? Has there been 1 or 2 songs that have gotten you through 2023? And have you been able to meet Mia Saka, who is part of the Courage ownership right now?
Yeah. 2 songs for me. I would say with this team, Last, that's one song. And then Cuff It, Beyonce. And then like always a go-to before games, like Headlines by Drake. It's not really a new song, but I always listen to that before games. And then the second question was
about Courage Investment.
Courage
We couldn't quite hear
Investment.
it.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I haven't met her yet. No. I'm hoping to, because I really have, especially with the U.S. Open this past year, like watched it and could not stop watching it. So I feel like I'm becoming, and I'm starting to play pickleball now. Not the same as tennis, but it could be at some point. It could get to that level. But yeah.
Let's go to Sean McCaffrey. Go ahead, Sean.
Thank you for your time here today. Most of the players on your roster in camp play here. A massive media deal was just signed with the league. Has that been spoken about much? Is it creating a buzz amongst all the players?
NWSL TV deal. Any thoughts?
Honestly, I haven't really heard much about it. But I feel like with the TV deal and having the players being involved with it is huge. I think with this league, we keep growing every year. So, yeah, I think it's just another exciting thing on top of the 2 expansion teams to show that the league is growing and we're making improvements everywhere.
Let's go to, we've got time for a few more. Alex Ozzie, go ahead.
Hi, Emily. Thanks for taking the time. Alex Ozzie with The Messenger. I asked Trinity this, but would be curious to get your thoughts with the new trailer getting released yesterday for the 4-part series on Netflix. I was curious if you watched the trailer and also if you're planning to watch the series once it comes out.
I haven't seen the trailer. I've seen the first one. But yeah, I think when the document comes out, I definitely will be watching it. Yeah.
One follow-up on that.
Yeah,
is
go
this
ahead.
the first time that you've... Oh.
No, go ahead, Alex.
Is this the first time that you've seen yourself in this type of light of like being the subject of something? And was that weird watching for part 1?
Yeah. Well, I don't really know if I was in the first trailer. But yeah, it will be really interesting. I mean, I think with the Netflix, they've done a few of these 4-part documentaries and they've been really interesting, like on a lot of different subjects and sports. So, yeah, I definitely will be watching it and being a viewer, but it will be weird to see, obviously being in and experiencing it. But yeah.
Let's go to Jeff Kassouf. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Emily. I definitely have pickleball follow-ups for another day. But for the first impressions you mentioned about Emma, I'm wondering, there's kind of the idea that it's an outside perspective coming in, right? It's not like, she's had experience in the U.S., but it's not maybe from within, the league, the NWSL, or do you feel like maybe the team is at this point of needing something fresh, something different, and maybe even just disruption, for lack of a better term, and sort of how you're viewing things and just kind of being challenged in what that looks like?
Yeah. I actually think with Emma, she was with the Chicago Red Stars, right?
Yep.
Way back.
Yep.
So to your point, it's a little bit in there, not so much, but yeah, I think, you know, with this team, like we've always been disruptors and trying to, you know, break barriers and just get better and better. And I think with the hiring of Emma, that just proves it once again. So yeah, I think having her experience in the WSL and being, you know, just an international coach, that will be amazing for us. And yeah, have a different perspective, lens. So I'm hoping, yeah, I think we'll learn a lot from her, and then she'll learn a lot from us.
Last one
And
goes.
just to follow up,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
sorry, just quickly, Trinity said she had never met Emma, didn't know much of anything about her. Did you have any interaction or experience previously?
No, I've never met her before. I've heard amazing things about her and just her success at Chelsea and just being, you know, an advocate for women's football and having it grow the game. So I knew that about her, which is why, again, with like first impressions, just really excited to have her because, you know, I think she brings in a different perspective, but she also has those similarities and always wanting to win, always wanting to disrupt, push for more, and be the best. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Last one goes to Andrew. Back to Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Thanks again, Aaron. Emily, how was the feeling in Carolyn this season with the season that she had, and obviously you guys contributing towards that, as well as dealing with the Gotham FC trio in camp after what happened in the playoffs, and how's their vibe been?
Yeah, and just to make sure I couldn't hear quite clearly, your first question was about Caro?
Yeah. How was it playing with her this
Okay.
year?
Yeah. Caroline is great. I wasn't able to play so much on her side, but she's such a dangerous player, was so impactful for us, and I was so happy for her to get the MVP. It was so deserving, and you know, I think with her injury, she'll be back, and she's motivated and ready to go. And so, yeah, it was really amazing to, you know, be able to play with her, and I felt like even as a defender, I learned a lot from her. But yeah, so happy for her that she got the MVP at the end of the year. And then for the Gotham girls, we did see them right after the game at the airport. Luckily, you know, that's not the first time we've seen each other. So, you know, maybe there was a little bit of tension for me and Casey just because we're all extremely competitive. But no, they were great, and you know, credit to them. They had an amazing season and really were our kryptonite the whole year in terms of not being able to get a win from them. So yeah, it was for them to win the whole thing, really impressive.